Welcome back to more coverage here at YCS Dortmund 2023. You're probably wondering, Ed, what's going on here? Why have we got all the coverage team on screen? Well, allow me to explain. While we're doing this, we've got some pre-recorded matches for you in a series that we like to call Master versus Caster. Behind me, I have my wonderful colleagues here. Guys, show us what you've got in your hands. Ah, they have cards in their hands. Why? Well, that's because we're going to get some of our wonderful masters to draw a card which corresponds to them, and that's going to be their opponent. So please welcome our first master, Mr. Joshua Schmidt. Now, how are you feeling here at YCS Dortmund?
I'm feeling pretty good, excited for this. I really love the Time Wizard format, so I'm excited for that one.
Fantastic. So, in front of me I have these cards. They all correspond to one of the people behind you. I'm going to get you to draw one of any of these cards. Pick a card, any card. Okay, so you've got the Cyber Drag, right, so who's the Cyber? There we go! Okay, right, Basti, it's going to be you up first. How do you feel with this matchup?
So I get to fight against the world champion, I guess. That's an easy task. And we're equally in skill as Cyber Twin Dragons. That's twins, right? So we will try.
And Josh, how do you feel about this?
I mean, like you said, we're basically twins, so this should be a very even match, I'm expecting, and we'll see how it goes.
Brilliant. Well, let's get started.
So here we are at the table, our Master Duel World Champion Joshua Schmidt and myself for the caster party, and we are going to play Time Wizard 2010 format, in which you are very good. You are very regularly playing that, right?
It's one of my favorite nostalgic formats to play. Yeah.
Very, very easy to understand. And I think without any further developments, let's just get into the action. Let's start playing and let's get the die roll going. First of all, 2 dice is fine with you?
Yeah, fair.
All right, I will go ahead. Because you're, of course, I'm the underdog in this match, obviously, but I will try to roll an 11.
It's not an underdog roll.
All right, and that's a free. All right, so let's get it going. Let's start playing. Best of luck to you, of course. And so, yeah, that's something actually kind of uncommon that we do here, where we are talking while playing. Because usually the people at home only know us having the commentary at the commentary desk and then the players playing. But now we're going to have kind of a chat in between and also a little bit of an interview style. So how's your feeling still after the World Championship? Just get that out of the way, because you are now, of course, everywhere referred to as the World Champion. Is that weird or does it feel good?
You're just trying to get me talking while you think about what you're doing on the first turn.
Of course, yeah.
No, I don't think it's quite settled in yet. It feels very surreal still.
Understandable.
Especially because the trophy arrived like last week, and it was just until that point I was still like, did that really happen? And then it arrived, and it was like, oh, it really happened.
All right, yeah.
So yeah, no, it feels
but
very
of course, as we can see here, you're ready to show up again. So you will not stop and retire after this World Championship title.
It's not something that I've never tied like my love for the game for like the achievements that I've had.
Yeah.
The achievements are nice, but it's like that's not why I'm playing the game. I'm playing the game because I love it, because I enjoy it, and that didn't change.
For sure. Okay. So for Time Wizard 2010 format, I will be able to draw another card.
Yes,
so let's get the action going here. And that is a very interesting hand, I will say, right from the beginning. And I will kick things off by setting one monster and then pass it over to you.
That is a very 2010 thing to do.
It absolutely is. You did play back in the day, right?
I did play back then, yeah. I did play. I've been playing ever since, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Is the deck you're bringing today the deck you used to play back in the day too?
Not a whole lot, but sometimes. Yeah, sometimes I would play this deck.
Then let me see. What is it? Are you going to reveal it right here?
I don't think I'll show you.
Okay.
I don't think I'll show you quite yet, because I'm going to do what you did. I'm going to set a monster and I'm going to pass.
Alrighty. Quick is not really what we're having here, but I think I have a play that is really punishing what you just did, and is one of my favorite cards from back in the day.
What is it?
I think I will conduct into a tribute summon.
Oh,
to
not
go
the
into Caius, and I will, of course, try to use my Sanguine, and also will try to banish your monster there.
That's gonna work. That's a Dandelion gone.
Oh, baby. Okay, so that kind of reveals what you're doing, and I would like to search with my Sanguine, of course. Let me see what we have there.
There's a lot of decks that are doing Dandelion.
True. And it got even more, right? Back in the day, there was like the Dandelion Synchro deck, but then nowadays there's so much different stuff kind of playing with the Dandelion. It's so fun.
People just realize that's a really good card.
It is indeed. It is very much a good card. What are we even going for here? I think... Yeah, that has to be good. Would be better if you could coach me whether this is good, but I feel like this is good. And I will just search out Armageddon Knight. That doesn't
seems
sound
like a
too
good
bad,
card,
right?
Yeah.
So I'll attack for 2,400 then.
Yes.
And you can cut my deck real quick.
So unfortunately, I still don't know what you're playing because these cards are in pretty much almost any...
Pretty generic for sure, yeah. But that's over to you then.
Playing around Mech Knights in 2010, I see.
Yes, yes. Never forget about that.
All right, let's start with a different plant monster. I'm going to go with a Lone Fire Blossom.
That summon is totally fine.
And I'd like to use the effect.
Yep.
To summon a plant from my deck. And I will also go through a second copy of Lone Fire Blossom.
Okay, okay. Get them out of the way. I see.
And summon a Titanial.
That's pretty big. Bigger than my Kai's at least.
That's the point. Yeah, and I'm going to try to attack your Kai's.
I think I will just try to play this as aggressively as possible, trying to go with my Mirror Force here.
All right, well.
Then ciao, Titanial.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what would you say as a player? How have you developed? Because you used to play back in the day, and you were how successful would you describe yourself back in the day? Because nowadays a lot of people refer to you as one of the best players in the game, which I would totally agree with. But back in the day, of course, you didn't have all those titles just yet. Did it feel different to play Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day?
It definitely felt different, mostly because I was like a lot younger, and like specifically during like 2009, 2010, 2011. That was like the time where I was 14, 15, 16 years old, and I wouldn't take it as seriously. I would just play because I enjoyed it, and at the time I couldn't even like afford some of the top tier decks. I would just play whatever I liked, and but it was kind of the time where I started getting like more seriously into the game.
And what was your biggest success back in the day? Like, did you already get tops at that point or wins or something?
Well, way back in the day, we didn't even have YCSs yet, right? We didn't even have that. The thing we did have was Shonen Jump Championships and stuff like that, but that was mostly, I think, a US thing, and I never got to actually play one of those.
Fair, fair.
So, no, my first actual event top ended up being, I think, in 2011, YCS Leipzig.
Hey, close by.
Or
close
2012
by.
even.
Yeah,
like
I think it was 2012, yeah.
Yeah, so a couple years after this.
But you already, of course, had the competitive mindset. You were ready to get into the action, right?
I just always enjoyed like learning about the game. The competitive aspect of the game has always been very interesting to me. All right, I'll set one and pass.
Sure. So you already lost 2,400 life points.
Yeah, not that much left.
Yep. And I think what I'm trying to do here is not be too crazy about it. I will just try to attack here for another 2,400. Yeah, do you want to use your Mirror Force for that, huh? I think I'm reading the mastermind here.
No, I'll take it.
Okay, okay. That's 4,800 in damage ban, and then I will just try with a set monster and give it back to you.
All right. I'll draw, and then I will... I'm just going to use that set card that you read so perfectly.
Mirror Force in your turn that does... Oh!
I'm going to use my face down trading.
Oh, it was a bluff. No.
To pitch my Amaryllis.
Oh, I love this deck.
And draw 2 cards.
Yeah, that's a really, really cool deck. And it wasn't even that popular back in the day, right?
It really wasn't. It's one of those decks. Like I'm the type of person when I play old formats.
Yeah.
I never try to be super competitive about it because that's like the one place where I get to just play whatever I enjoy, play whatever, like try the stuff, play the cards that I love, play the cards that I remember.
For sure.
And so I'm really like more of an experimental kind of guy when it comes to like the old formats. Yeah, I've discovered the Amaryllis deck and I've just been like loving it ever since. It's just such a cool concept to me.
For sure. Okay, but is there anything else happening or am I just winning now?
Okay, all right, I see. There is going to be something happening.
Okay, okay. I'm curious. What's the world champion going to do here?
I'm going to activate a Mark of the Rose.
Oh,
banishing
I see.
A plant from my graveyard to take control of your Caius, if you let me.
Yep. Nothing against that. That's a beautiful Mark of the Rose there.
Yeah. And I will also use a DDR.
Okay, okay. Now, I was thinking I'm having a little bit of a pace advantage here, but now you are getting going. Okay.
Getting that Titanial back that I just banished.
That's nice.
And I'll move to the battle phase and attack with the Titanial. into your set monster.
That's a Snowman Eater.
Yep.
And yeah, as you have no other... Wait, is it a plant monster right now?
It does not become a plant monster.
Okay, then I will just go with the Titanial, to be honest.
Oh, then it's gone.
But my Snowman Eater is gone as well.
And the Caius will attack you, and I will just hope that you don't have Gourds. You do
It
not.
happened.
All right.
2400 for me too.
Good, beautiful. All right, in phase 2, I'm going to set a monster.
Sure, yeah, true. That was not even the normal summon.
Nope.
That's a bit too quick for me, I think.
And I will move to the end phase, and I will banish my Titanial to bring back the Amaryllis in defense position. And I unfortunately have to give the Caius back to you.
Thank you very much, yeah. Good that I did not destroy the Caius with Snowman Eater there.
I was hoping you would do that.
Yeah, for sure. So, I think I will just have another look. Go for the Upstart Goblin.
Ooh, that's good. I've taken a lot of damage already. I like that.
So, keep on drawing kind of similar cards, I want to say, which is not optimal. And I think I will first of all try to find out what that is in the battle phase.
All right, it is a Raikou.
Ooh.
And I'm going to pop the Caius.
Sure.
The Makazoro is going to go to the graveyard, and I'm going to mill 3, a Brain Control, another Raikou, and a Dandelion.
Ooh, how could you do that to me?
I would call that a skill difference. And I'm going to get 2 tokens.
Yeah. But while playing old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Basically, what are your aspirations for this season? Do you want to go and then win a YCS again? Because last season you just did that with YCS Utrecht, and you also had all around a really successful season, of course. Can you repeat it? Can you go back to back with insane seasons?
I mean, I could, but it's always like, it's not something that I tell myself at the start of the season, right? It's just like I always play all the events. I always try my best, and if it works, it works.
Fair.
It's not something I ask myself to do. It's like, okay, this season I want to win a YCS, because of course you always want to do that.
Yeah.
Like if you could just, if it was just as simple as saying like, oh, I'm going to do that this season.
For sure.
No, I'll keep playing. I'll keep trying, as always, because that's what I enjoy. So.
Yeah, but what's your advice to maybe aspiring players that want to get to that level, that want to have seasons like you just had? What would be the one thing you would tell them, hey, do that and you will become as good as me, which is
well, the
quite
truth
hard.
is you probably need to like work for a long time on that, because like the actual truth is like I've been playing this game for 20 years.
True, 20 years.
Or whatever to get to this point.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's any shortcuts. I don't know if there's anything I can say that like makes you, like gets you there in like a year. Even though there are people out there who have not been playing as long as I have and have been getting to similar levels of like success or consistency, and like so it's not impossible. It's just a matter of how much work you put in.
For sure. For example, we have another master, which is Vincenzo Orofino, and he very recently started playing. Yeah. And then he defeated you last year in even here in Dortmund, right here. He beat you in the semifinals. Yeah. So I'll just set a monster and give it back to you with all of your plant monsters on the field. But yeah, just work hard basically. That's what definitely will get you there at some point.
It shouldn't feel like work though. Even though that's the word I'm using, it's just like it doesn't feel like that at all.
Totally.
It's not that. That's not what it's like. It's not supposed to feel like that. All right, I will not normal summon this turn because I'm going to use a hidden armory.
Okay.
I'm going to mill 1 card, which is my heavy storm.
No Dandelion again. I'm happy.
And then I get to that. Well, is that too? So I can't have another Dandelion. And I'm going to add an equip spell from my deck or graveyard to my hand, and I'm just going to recycle that DDR from earlier.
Ooh, I see what you're trying to do here.
And then I will DDR, discard my Foolish Burial, and bring back that Titanial another time. We just try until it sticks.
Seems like a good plan, to be honest.
All right, the Amaryllis goes to attack your set monster.
So I'll try to... Oh, wait. This only prevents from...
any targeting.
Any targeting. I will go with the Titanial.
I will not let you do that. I'm going to tribute a plant monster to negate the Snowman Eater.
Yeah, okay.
And then the Titanial attacks you for 2,800.
That's 2,400 and 2,800 now, right?
Yep.
Not that much left.
2,800 left.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's my turn.
Okay, now we go with the most powerful turn I've ever designed, and we'll start off with... How many dark monsters do I have in the graveyard?
Don't count the dark monster. Okay, how many is it?
It's 2, actually. No. It would be pretty insane. But no, I have to normal summon Deep Sea Diver, and that's fine. Like to use the effect.
That's fine.
So we bring out the Spine Gillman.
See, that's a card whenever I play a Diva deck. That ends up in my hand somehow.
I have a lot of other cards that I don't want in my hand, so I think I'm fine. I'm fine here. Or you are rather fine because it's not working that well. So I could sadly not go for Link Summon here because that's not around in 2010, but I could try to go for a Synchro 5, I guess.
There's one pretty good Synchro against this board.
You think?
I think there is one. I can think of one.
I don't see one.
Oh, okay. That's good for
looking
me.
for my extra deck, I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess the Catastor is going to do the job.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay, then it doesn't target, so
Nope, it does not target.
I'll try to go after the Titanial first of all,
That's
destroying
going to
it,
work.
and that's all for my turn.
Ooh, that's all for your turn.
Sadly,
all right.
it is. Is
But
it going to be my last turn?
That depends on this card. This card does not end it. This card also does not.
Oh,
No.
I'm still here.
You're gonna be fine for now. Yeah, I am going to enter the battle phase.
Sure.
Hold up.
Hold up. Is that going to be good enough?
No, this should have been destroyed last turn because
Ooh.
after it attacks, it destroys itself.
Sure. So it is technically in the graveyard.
I don't
but
think it changes
could've-
anything. It should have been gone last turn.
Yeah. I mean, you could have brought it back, right? And I would have not run over it anyway.
All right, so should I just banish a plant?
Probably, yeah.
Because then
That's-
the only difference it makes is you take 800 damage when it dies,
Oh, true.
but then it's just here in defense.
Yeah,
position.
yeah, that's fine.
Right? Should we just leave it
Yeah,
like that?
that's
Okay,
perfect.
my bad. I'm sorry. I should have.
Oh, good. I should have picked up on it too.
I should have remembered that. Like I said, I only picked up the Amaryllis deck recently. But okay, yeah. So then
How
I'm
would
gonna.
I dare to correct the world champion, though?
No, that was my bad. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it to attack this turn
Sure.
because it came back last turn, and I'm
Yes.
gonna run into the Catastor, which is going to destroy it.
Yeah, and that's 800 damage
It's
from me
800
again, then,
damage
right?
again, which leaves you at 1200.
Yep, that's not a whole lot, to be honest.
And I'm going to set a monster, and
Yep.
in the end phase, I'm going to banish another plant
Sure. That works.
for the Amaryllis again.
Okay, then my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll draw. That's, again, not really the one I wanted. I think I'll just have to go with... Well, that would have been kind of good last turn, but I will just try with the Armageddon Knight using the effect. Trying to explore what kind of cards I have here in my deck, and there's really... Yeah, that one card is like okay-ish, I think.
That's a pretty good card from back in the day.
It is malicious. Still being played in hero decks nowadays, but of course, yeah, I'll just try to. It's risky though.
It's slowly whittling you down because
Yes.
it's every time it goes to the graveyard, it just does 800 damage.
But still, I mean, I will check out the set monster first.
You'll check out the set monster. That's just going to be a card trooper to draw me a card.
Go ahead, and then I will go there.
All right, that puts you down to 400.
So that means that okay, at least you don't have the card trooper anymore. Your turn.
400. Can I inflict 400? Not with this one.
Not with this one. Okay.
Not with this one. You're going to get another turn.
You might be wondering why I didn't use my malicious. I just decided not to use it.
You definitely don't have one in your hand, right?
Nope,
No?
nope.
But then you wouldn't have sent it, though. Yeah, I'll see what you're up to. Well, end phase, I will bring back the Amaryllis one more time, and this time you can't just attack it, because that's going to be enough.
Sure, so I will draw.
Yep.
Oh, I would have needed that earlier. I would have needed that so much earlier.
This is one of my favorite parts about this deck. The fact that you, at some point, just make your opponent really play around.
Yeah.
Like, they can't just, like...
Normal summon
once
Plague?
you're low on life points. Normal summon Plague Spreader.
Yes. Is that fine?
That's fine.
Okay, so I will try with the Synchro Summoning here. And I will try to go for Brionac. So I cannot get it to the graveyard, so let's try to get it to
Are you
the
gonna... Okay.
hands. I would like
Are
to
we
use the
introducing
effect,
our
yeah.
viewers here on the concept of priority?
Yes.
Is
we
that
do.
what we're doing? All right. So because it's 2010 rules, you get to immediately use the effect on summon, basically.
Which I am going to do indeed.
Even before I respond.
So I will go up to... Yeah. I will go
Two?
with 2, yeah.
All right.
And I will try to go for this and the set monster.
And now we're going to see if you have a way to prevent that, because otherwise I
is that
win
torrential?
with this torrential tribute.
And I do not. That
do
is
not
going
have
to be
something.
the end
All
of the
right.
duel. The Masters are taking the lead. Joshua Schmidt defeats me. That was a very fun duel. Thanks for having that. And yeah, to the viewers, we're going to go back to the live coverage. See you for a lot more content throughout the entire weekend. Can't wait for that. YCS Dortmund back on.